Hey, collective. I'm gonna turn the slide on. So, I was actually sitting down to post the other 4 videos that I did. And when I went and grabbed this deck, they said there's a message. And when I grabbed it, the cards fell and they fell like this. Like these fell in my lap. This one had popped out. And then I had split and this group had flipped over. So they want you to know when you level up, when you end up receiving something that's above and beyond what anybody else has received around you, like you all of a sudden become the leader, the top dog when it comes to some aspect or area of your life, other people want to come into your life to mooch off of you. And it's just the nature of the beast. And it keeps coming out in the readings, but they need you to be aware of this because your heart is enmeshed with someone. Like while you're trying to build something over here, it's like somebody's taking it away from you behind your back. Okay. And they told me like the image, and this kind of came out in one of the messages that I had in another reading. But the imagery in this, it says it all. Like you see, she's focused over, see how she's focused right here? And this is what's going on behind the back. Like that's what's been going on. And they want you to know, like, you have built something powerful, sacred, beyond, and sacred. And when I say sacred because it's meaningful to your heart. This is something that you would feel like, because of the energy of the people that would be coming around, and it's like you have your heart enmeshed with this person or this group or whoever, where you feel like, oh, there's possibility, there's an opportunity here, there's a possibility to be together, when really the opportunity that they're seeing is not heart based at all. It's monetary based. And so they don't want you getting your hopes up when they come back and they're trying to woo you with all those heart based words and getting you confused in your head. It's like they keep saying it in the readings, but they really need you to understand and get the message. Like somebody's already trying, or they're in the process of creating a plan to start pruning you. Like they're going to start trying to weasel their way in by little things, by leaving a little breadcrumb and a little breadcrumb and seeing how you respond to the breadcrumb. And because it's going to trigger nostalgia with memories with this person or the good side of them, you're going to feel like that's what's happening, like it's a new cycle. It won't be a new cycle. It's going to be heartache. And what's going to happen is they will end up destroying what you built. That thing that is sacred to your heart because it's your birth. You've birthed this business baby, or you've birthed this new body, or you've birthed whatever it is that you've done that's bringing in money for you or is going to bring in money for you. If you allow them into your life, it is not a new cycle. They are not in this loving energy. They're in this energy. Okay? And look what came out over here. It is a page of pentacles and it's a child stealing food. Like that's the energy that they're in. Their energy is very desolate, and I'm hearing their bad behaviors. Their bad behaviors would literally end up siphoning all of your money, and something about embarrassing you publicly based on the actions that they take. You know what? This came up in a reading. It doesn't feel like it's this exactly, but it's kind of like this an energy where you build something kind of sacred to your heart. And I say sacred because it's personal to you, it's meaningful, and they don't care about it the way that you do. It's like almost like somebody who creates their own business. They love this business, they're invested in the business, and then they bring somebody on board that completely demolishes the business. They tear it down by bad behavior, by taking money and misusing the money, lying about things, stealing from the company, and that's the energy that you would be in. You would be left worse off than what you were before when you were together, because the stakes are much higher. So they need you to keep your wits about you and know that your heart still has hope for this relationship. And it's like Source has been trying to get you to admit it. But instead of admitting it, you've been holding up this guard against them. And it's like trying to find ways to stay guarded against them. And Source doesn't want you to find ways to stay guarded against them. They want you to admit to yourself, hey, this person can easily sway me. So I've got to be extra careful around them because if I'm not, they can, I'm going to walk away from this conversation saying what just happened. And that's what they don't want to happen, because when your heart gets involved, you end up just kind of agreeing with them in some way when it's things that you shouldn't agree about. And then you walk away and you're like, you feel like you can't change your mind or make a change make a different decision, like, oh, I already told him I would, so I have to stick to my word, type of energy, because that's the type of person you are. Something like that, where it's like it would be very easy for you to lose yourself again when they come to you and try to play on your heartstrings in all the nostalgic ways. So I'm gonna look at this, yeah, because this is what's been going on. It's everything that I just explained. In this entire thing just fell out of the deck. When I picked it up, it was like it split and just like it split when I picked the deck up and slid right out of the back of my hand. So it starts out with the Ace of Wands, and then it goes to the Queen of Swords and the King of Swords. So here you are with this brand new beginning. You're showing that you've set your boundaries. You're showing that you're sharp in your mind, that you're analytical, that you're learning, you're growing. So here they come wanting to match your energy. They want to show you that their wit is just as sharp as yours, that they've been growing and that they've been learning too. And everything that you've been learning, they've been learning through mirroring you. Everything they've been learning through mirroring you. The next card out is the Five of Cups with the Eight of Wands and the Magician. What they're coming to tell you as the King of Swords. Now, they're coming as the King of Swords. They're not coming as the King of Cups. This is not a heart-based conversation. This is a logical conversation for them. They know that you are in your logical mind, so they want to match your energy. They want to mirror your energy, because if you're in this energy, they should be able to be in this energy too. If you were in this heart-free, like free-spirited, fun-loving energy over here, they would be matching you in that energy. But they're not, and this is where they're trying to manipulate you, and you need to be aware of that. So they're going to come and they're going to have a conversation with you that they know that they manipulate you, that they know that they broke your heart. They know, and they want to fix it. And they're going to give you all of like the logical reasons of why they did what they did, just to explain their side of it. Okay, just to hear them out. And but it's coming from a heady place. Okay, and they are going to tell you that they have healed, that they want to try at this relationship again. They're going to tell you that. If you take them back, it goes right back to this again. It starts publicly, you are going to look like the lovers. Behind closed doors, it's going to be a lot of fighting. You see, oh, sorry. It's going to be a lot of fighting, and then it's going to be a lot of partying with other people, and then a lot of stealing from you behind your back. Because they're not, do you notice they're not in the King energy at all over here? They're in the Knight of Wands energy. So here's how they're portraying themselves over here, because they see, let me turn this around. Sorry. They see you in this energy. Having free-spirited, fun-loving, making money, loving what you're doing. You see the smile on your face? And then they're wanting to take it from behind your back. All right? They know you've set boundaries. They know they're going to have to come at you differently. So they've decided to mirror your energy. When they mirror your energy, Okay, they're coming back with that apology. So they need to know, like, it's nothing about this is heart based. The only thing about this is heart based is the fact that they're going to trigger the pain that you felt. They're going to trigger your heart. All right, and they're doing it with their mind. This is methodical thinking. All right, this is them using their mind, their intellect to affect your heart and take you back to this place again. All right, to tell you and manipulate you and tell you that they want to heal this situation. And what's really going to happen, all right, it's going to start out like that. It's going to be, great hibbity dibbity in the bedroom. It's going to be fun loving stuff. It's going to be all the feel good stuff, like the honeymoon phase of a relationship in the beginning. All right. And then it's going to, then it's going to turn right back into what it was behind closed doors. Okay. This is going to be short lived. This is going to be short lived. Why is this going to be short lived? Because they're not really in their heart space and they haven't really healed. This is a show. And when people aren't living authentically on how they, from their heart, they can't keep up that facade forever. They can't. So what's going to happen is the fights are going to start again. Then you're going to start feeling like this again. And it's going to be this dynamic, even if it's not like okay, so the arguments may start off looking different is what I'm hearing. If you would take this person back, the arguments would start off in this respect. It wouldn't be so much as them yelling at you like this. It would be them giving unsolicited advice on things that you do. So it's like all of a sudden something that you do that they used to compliment you on, now all of a sudden they're giving you a new way to do it and kind of giving you a backhanded compliment about it. And kind of just, it's like, oh, I like that, but you would look better if you did this. It just, everything has to be a backhanded compliment, to kind of, to tear you down again, to get you to the point where you start doubting yourself and questioning the choices that you make, where once you were confident. So that's what they plan on doing. And that's what they do with people, is they kind of, they make them feel good, but then turn it around like, okay, well, that's great, but why do you do it that way? It's just ways to make you question yourself. And that does not feel good. But then and here they are trying to question, and this is what I'm getting, like, and then when you come back at them, like, you keep giving me this advice and it makes me feel bad when you do this. And then all of a sudden they're getting mad. I'm just trying to help you. I'm just trying to give you advice and make things easier for you. And you're taking it the wrong way and you're getting defensive. And they're really the one yelling. See, it's all about getting you back into the victim mode to where they're superior again. Because if they're superior, that means that you are going to be amenable and you are going to make decisions based on what they want you to say. Like, all of your decisions really won't be your decisions anymore. It's going to be their decisions. They're going to take you right back to that place. And what's going to happen is, publicly, you're going to look like this to everyone. But behind closed doors, it's going to end up being like this. And you notice how I have my finger like this on, like a big fuck you right there. There you go. And then it's like they're gonna be partying. All right, the Knight of Wands, right in the center here. That's the energy they're really in. They're not the King of Swords. They're not the King of Cups. That no cup came out for them other than them partying and having a good time as the flighty, hot-headed knight. You've got two of the hot-headed knights here. Okay? And what's going to be happen? They're going to be taking from you. And not only from you, they could be, if you have children, they'll be taking from their own children or your children. So, but either way, they're in this energy. They're in this page knight energy. They're not in the energy that they're going to portray themselves to be. But your heartstrings are going to be just tugged on. So they want you to stay firm in your decisions with this person. Like, remember, body language, body language, body language. They want you to pay attention to how, like, tight-lipped they are with certain things, or like how when they say something, like, it doesn't really reach their eyes, or the direction their eyes go or where their hands go when they say certain things. Pay attention to the body language. you will see how they say certain things, and they will give you tells. They'll give you tells about themselves. All right, that was important because I really wasn't planning on doing that message. I was going to post the other 4 that I did. And they told me, like, please get this. You're going to have to tell somebody that your heart wants. No, because as soon as they come to you saying all the right things that touch your heart and they get all nostalgic on you, you're going to be like, oh, this is the new cycle. This is the new beginning. This is the... No, it's not. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm. This is it's not a test. I mean, you could take it as a test because it would be you repeating a cycle if you took them back, but it's not a test as in they're trying to see if you're strong enough to handle the next. It's like if you end up not taking them, you naturally just get the good stuff. So it's like you naturally pass a test. There's no test that's right or wrong from source. They need to point that out. It's not a test in a way that it's like you testing you. That's the only way you can look at it. Because it's basically like if you make this decision, you're going to repeat this. If you make this decision, you get this. That's the test. So just know those are your options. Keep your heart guarded. Like you make sure that you keep your wits about you because they're trying to put you in this place. They're trying to take you here in this place and remember the pain, and then take you to this place and remember the hope. And they're also trying to remind you of the pain you caused too, so that it's like less of a blow when they give you the blow. And you don't want this to happen, all right? Protect yourself, protect yourself, protect yourself. Love you, collective. I'll see you in the next one. Peace and love.